Hey there, Al Iverson here. Time for another one of your email authentication and deliverability questions answered. This time around, the question is why doesn't SPF authentication align in Google Forms? Or does it? How does that all work and what does alignment actually mean? Let's talk about all of that right now. That question comes from this post to Reddit from the DMARC subreddit a couple days ago where the poster said, it seems that email from Google Forms uses an envelope from or return path address SPF domain in the domain tricks.bounces.google.com. Is it normal for SPF to not align here? A lot of assumptions to unpack there. So let's start by reviewing the headers from an email sent from Google Forms. Made a test form here and took a screenshot of the email and the email headers. That's where all the messy graphics here on this slide came from. You look at the from address here right in the middle, right? You see it's from forms recipients, no reply at google.com. When you look at the headers, you see the return path or SPF domain. That actually is a little bit different, right? It doesn't match exactly. Instead of google.com, it is tricks.bounces.google.com. Now, does that align or not? And how does that all work? Let's run through what alignment actually is, and I'll show you. So what is alignment? Now, SPF, Sender Policy Framework, our old friend in the email authentication business, alignment there with SPF is where your return path domain, that SPF domain, matches your from domain. Strict alignment means that they match exactly. Relaxed alignment means that they're both part of the same domain, meaning subdomains are okay. You could have a from domain of google.com. You could have a return path or SPF domain of bounces.google.com or tricks.bounces.google.com in that example. So same thing similarly applies for DKIM. DKIM alignment is where your DKIM signature domain, the domain you configure to actually sign as the authoritative responsible party for an email message, to say that that actually matches your from domain. If it matches, it is said that they align. The DKIM domain and the from domain align. Same deal for strict and relaxed. If it's an exact match, strict. If one is a subdomain of the other, for example, that would be relaxed alignment. They're both part of the same domain. Or there's no alignment at all if they're not even in the same domain name, no matter what. And DMARC uses these to determine whether or not DMARC alignment is in place. It gets a little confusing sometimes when you think about SPF alignment, DKIM alignment, and ultimately DMARC alignment. The goal there for DMARC alignment is that at least one of SPF or DKIM align, as I explained in the past couple of screenshot slides there. ESPs, it's important to note, email service providers, don't usually allow for SPF alignment. I mean, some do, some don't, but especially a lot of the SMB or newsletter-focused ones, they don't. They set their own return path domain. Often that's for bounce tracking or specific reputation-related purposes. And that's where DKIM really carries the day. That's where DKIM alignment is very important so that you can properly tell Google, Yahoo, etc., that you are the responsible party for that email message. DKIM alignment in those cases is really the thing that does that. DKIM signing the message with a domain setting in the DKIM signature that exactly matches, or at least matches your domain name. That's where DKIM alignment comes in very important for those sending through email service providers. Now, bringing it back to the email in question, looking at what Google Forms sends, this, surprise, is actually aligned. There is SPF alignment here, and that's relaxed alignment, like I mentioned before. Relaxed meaning that they're both the from domain and the return path domain or SPF domain are part of the same domain. So you've got a from domain of google.com and you've got a bounce domain, a return path domain of tricks.bounces.google.com. That's okay. They don't have to match exactly. They match good enough. So it's, as they might say, it's good enough for government work. This passes email authentication. The SPF aligns well enough. And even if there wasn't a DKIM signature, this message would pass a DMARC just fine based on the SPF alignment alone. And that's it for today. That's the question I answered. If you have any question that you would like to ask me and have me answer in a follow-up video, please drop me an email. My address is right there on the screen. And don't forget to visit our website at valamail.com, where we can help you with all of this confusing stuff around SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, get you going on your DMARC journey and help you protect your domains against phishing and spoofing. That's it for now. Thanks, and have a great day.